What's up? What's up? What's up, people? How y'all doing today? What's going on? This is Jeremiah Davis, the funding coach, and it's Monday Fun Day. So I got some tips, some funding tips for you today. Um, uh-oh. You guys got to bear with me. I've been going through some things. If you didn't know, I just moved from Tennessee to Florida, from Nashville to Tampa, St. Pete, and I am still unpacking. It's been a nightmare. Movers, ripped me off. My computer literally just crashed today, and so I'm on my laptop. So I usually go live on my desktop, but the show must go on, and business must continue, and I ain't got no excuses, right? No excuses. This is how we do it. This is what entrepreneurship is about. You adapt, you overcome, and you keep it moving. All right. So today's topic: what you need to know about the EIDL. I've been getting a lot of appointments, a lot of DMs, a lot of you know um, emails. All just everybody wants help with the EIDL, and quite frankly, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to process the EIDL paperwork or anything like that. I'm not going to spend my day. I mean, literally, like Thursday, I had probably 15 appointments in one day. Um, and that's not, none of those appointments brought me any money. There was no um, profit in it. Now, if I charged all those people for an appointment, then yeah, but I usually don't do that unless you abuse. Like if you schedule an appointment and don't make it, and then schedule another appointment, don't make it, now you got to pay. Okay, I gave you a couple chances, but it's disrespectful to me and my time if you make an appointment with me and you don't show up. Okay, and quite frankly, I don't you don't deserve another appointment. Okay, I know things come up. That's why I gave you two chances, but after that, it's $150 for 15 minutes. So think about that. All right. So I thought I got to give the information to you, and so you guys, won't be, you know, try to do this on your own because you can do it on your own. It's not rocket science. You can get the EIDL. Here's the thing, though. You got to have your ducks in a row. You got to have your documents in order. You got to have the government, the IRS, and the SBA ain't playing. Okay, they learned their lessons from the PPP fiasco, and then the first round of EIDL. There was a lot of fraud out there. Excuse me, a lot of fraud. So um, they're not they're not playing with y'all. Okay, and I mean I'll just tell you my own story for my own EIDL. Okay, I didn't have my 2019 taxes filed. Right when I got the first EIDL for the 6 months operating expense, they gave me like 18, $20,000, whatever it was. It was not a lot, okay, but it was based off my 2018 taxes. All right, business taxes. So I've been in business for a while. I can go back 6, 7, 8 years, um, and provide my business tax returns, my P&Ls, things of that nature. Okay, so once I got the first round, right, then I started asking for the increase. A guy from the SBA contacted me a ton, like literally. I was ignoring him because I was busy, but he needed my minutes, my from the board meetings and things like that. Honestly, I didn't have them. I didn't take them. My board members are my brother and my sister, and we do see each other periodically through the day. I do talk to them about what the business is doing. I try to bring them in on the business, things like that. But they're fully aware that they're board members, but I own all the shares of the company, so they don't get any profit from the company. They're just members of the board. Okay, so it's totally legit. But I went back one time. We went to Gatlinburg last October. I told them what I was doing about my overseas offices, yada yada yada, you know, and I counted that as a board meeting. Okay, the next time we went to Wisconsin Dells, I counted that as a board meeting. So now I have the format and I'm keeping track of these things. And every time we get together and they ask me about how the business is going, I'm counting that as a board meeting. Okay. And then if I talk about business for 4 hours during the day, um, I can write the whole trip off as a tax write-off, business expense. Okay. Point being is, I had to send them, prepare the documents legitimately, right? With the notes and the minutes. I also had to submit a authorization that they signed off on, my brother and sister, the board members, for me authorizing me to get a loan of up to $250,000, right? Um, and that was several months ago. This is, in the spring before the summer that all this had transpired. It's, and then I had to submit my 2019 tax returns. Um, Along with, once that was submitted, I had to wait for the IRS to create the transcripts from the 2019 tax returns. Once I logged into the irs.gov and got a copy of my transcripts, then I had to submit that to the SBA online for the increase. Okay, go back into my account, log in. If you can't log in, you have to call, get a reset of the password, all that stuff. So it wasn't just like, bam, I submit some documents and I got the money. I had to do my due diligence over several months before I was able to get the funds. And then once I did all that, I had to go back and check the SBA website to check the status of my loan. Um, for, I mean, first I didn't check it at all because I didn't think nothing, but I kept hearing about the horror stories about people getting kicked out, getting denied, yada, yada, yada. So when I started checking, I was looking and it showed that it kicked out my 2019 tax returns. I'm like, well, what did it do that? So I uploaded them again. And then I called them like, what's going on? They go, no, you're fine. Everything's fine. A week later, log in, did it again. I had to do like 3 times. And it was a good thing because it worked out for my benefit because they were basing the original amount that they was going to extend me off old numbers, right? So once I got the 2018 numbers, once I got the 2019 numbers and increase, it tripled almost 4 or 5 times, for about 3.5 times what the original offer was. So it recalculated and gave me a substantial increase, which now I'm using those monies responsibly and creating more revenue and about to blow up and turn this money that they loaned me from the EIDL to millions. It's going to literally turn into millions of dollars, and within the next 12 months. So, yeah. But what is the lesson learned here? Somebody called me about a week ago, right? Last week, wanting me to help them with their EIDL. Through the conversation, the person had filled their taxes out in 2019, but they claimed 5 employees. They don't have 5 employees even to this day. Now they're going back and submitting this documentation, and it's not the same as it was in 2019 or 2020 when they originally filed their business taxes. So they're submitting inaccurate, inconsistent, different data, and then they're saying, "Well, somebody told me to do that this way and that way, and yada yada yada." Well, now you're getting denied. I mean, you have to go back and fix that with the IRS and with the SBA before you even be considered to reapply. Okay, if you didn't have 5 employees in 2019, or either way, I'm not giving advice on how to do your taxes. I'm saying your stuff, your paperwork, everything has to be consistent. You cannot put in some documents from 5 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever the case may be, and then change it and don't expect nobody to catch it. That's the whole purpose of those IRS tax transcripts, is that they can confirm based on the information you're submitting now for the EIDL compared to what you filed. Now, I guess I wouldn't say I lucked out because I owe some back taxes and some penalties because I didn't file in 2020, my 2019. But it's not a lie. I mean, it's business. This is what you have to deal with in business. Um, but everything was still consistent. I didn't change any numbers. I didn't change any details. Even though I just filed, I mean, I literally filed 3 years of taxes this year. Okay, so I owe some back tax money, but I got a good accountant, and it ain't that much. It could be a lot more and a lot worse. So I'm grateful for what it is. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna poke the bear. Okay, I'm not gonna poke the bear. So, having said that, that's where I guess the people are getting confused and they want somebody else to help them. You know, if I helped you and I'll charge you 10%, I mean, and you got $300,000, I mean, you're gonna break me off 30,000. I'll take it, but I can't fix your issues. You have to fix your issues. You or your accountant or whoever got your taxes with, I don't know what your situation is, but my point is get everything consistent. Now, if you applied and got the first round of EIDL, you need to remember what you applied for, how you applied for. Okay. There's a lot of people out there applying for things thinking nobody's going to catch it. Like we'll just fudge the numbers a little bit. We'll just exaggerate the numbers a little bit, or we'll just claim this and that and other. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know because I've never even thought about cheating on things like this. I just want to pay as less money to the IRS as I possibly can, and keep as much money as I make myself. But I don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize the empire that I'm building, the legacy I'm leaving for my kids and grandkids, and I'm not going to jail for nobody. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going. Okay. My point, you guys have to do it right. You got to do it by the book. You're not smarter. You or the people we follow on Clubhouse or TikTok or whoever else, they're not smarter than the government. Okay. If they find their mistake, they're going to correct it, and they're going to correct it with a vengeance. And there's people going to jail now, and they're going to jail for years thinking they can outsmart the U.S. government. Okay, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. You can get this money. There's lots of money out there to get. Okay, and they're probably going to be extending some of these programs beyond the end of the year. The EIDL is supposed to be open until the end of the year, December 31st. But so you have time to get your docs in order, cross all your T's, dot all your I's, and then submit it properly. Okay, and you can do it yourself. Just stop being lazy and do some research and call the SBA, call the IRS. They'll tell you what to do. You might have to wait on hold for an hour or two, but I'm not going to do that for you. You can't pay me enough to do that for you. And that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. So if you've been hitting me up trying to get me to help you, this is the information I'm going to help you with. I'm going to give you this information about filing your taxes 2019. If you haven't done it, you do it. Okay. Worry about the bill later. Make and be authentic. If you wasn't in business, stop. Okay, just stop. If you wasn't in business before the pandemic, just stop. Okay. If you was in business, you had a business, but it was not profitable. You did not file taxes. Don't try to manufacture tax returns for a business on paper but had no revenue. Okay. Because I sent in P&Ls, I sent in balance sheets, I sent in bank statements. Okay, because I was doing the extra because I needed the money. I wanted the money. But I didn't want anybody to assume there's something was nefarious going on, that this guy is just trying to scam us. Okay, I'm like, no, I'm legit, for real, legit. Okay, here you go, right? And yeah, and it was a little headache. It was a little difficult. I had to jump through a little extra hoops, like when them kicking out my stuff. And every time I called in asking about them kicking out my tax returns, and they're going, no, we got them. It's good. You're good to go. And literally when I was on the phone with the third person doing it the third time, it recalculated everything, and instantaneously I got approved, and with a week I had my money. That's what I'm talking about. So I recommend that you get your docs in order, you submit it the correct way, and you just pay attention and do your due diligence. Okay, if they're giving out 2.5 years, 2.5 um, times your monthly operating expense of your business from the gross income of 2019. Okay, that's how much you're getting. So, hypothetically, for an example, if you did $10,000 a month for 12 months or 8 months, maybe in 2019, take that times 2.5. Okay, so that's $250,000. Now, if you got the first EIDL for 6 months operating expenses, say you got 20,000 in, they're going to subtract the 20,000 from the 250 and give you the difference. This is what I'm talking about. So it's worth the effort to do it the right way, or take the time now and get that stuff in order. If you do not try to scam the United States government, because they will lock you up. Okay, yeah, and y'all know how they do. So um, this is the advice I'm giving you. So if you're calling me, the funding coach, Business Funding Now, my company, to get you to do your EIDL, this is what I'm going to tell you. File your tax returns, get your transcripts, upload them to submit them to the SBA, and fill out the paperwork, and then keep checking back, checking back, and making sure it sticks. Okay, if there's anything that's inconsistent, it's going to get denied and kicked out, guaranteed. All right, I've heard 100 people say the same thing. Like, they kicked me out, I got denied. Well, that tells me that something isn't. You got something ain't right, and if you don't know, then you better ask the people who submitted it for you. You better ask the person who told you or submitted your tax returns in 2019, or the person who tried to help you with the EIDL on the first go round. And if you got that, now you're getting denied. Oh yeah, another thing, your credit. Okay, they're say publicly that your credit needs to be a 580, but they probably looking at I want a 620 or higher. Okay, but obviously the better your credit, the better it is for you. Now, and then another thing, I don't know if I don't know why I have to tell people this though. They're searching you. They're googling you. They're saying they're looking at your social media, right? And if you don't have any of those things prior to 2019, then that's going to be a problem. You say you had a business in 2019 with no Facebook page, no LinkedIn page, no social media posts or presence, no Google, Google My Business, no business credit score. Now, the business credit score isn't a factor in getting approved or not. It's a factor in making sure you're legitimate. Okay, Gmail accounts instead of a business email account, toll-free business phone numbers, versus your cell phone number. I mean, come on, y'all know this stuff. Okay, you're asking for hundreds of thousands of dollars from the United States government, and they're giving it to you, and you don't got your stuff together. That's what it's all about. All right. So I'm sorry, I'm getting a little aggressive with this, but they're not playing. Okay. And I've been doing this long enough to know it's not worth it. I mean, I've seen people give me fake bank statements. They manufactured their bank statements. I didn't even catch them. That's how good it was. And I submitted them to a bank, and the bank said, "Why are you submitting these fake bank statements?" You know how embarrassing that was? Can you imagine the conversation I had with the client? All right, y'all be quit playing. And you want to be an entrepreneur, do it the right way. Get your QuickBooks, get your business bank account, get your duns, get your EIN. Get a real business email and a website, and go legit. It pays to go legit. I'm telling you, um, and you don't have to worry about you know these other things, going to jail for falsifying government documents, which I think is a felony. So y'all better get real or get out the way. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Do it the right way or get out the way. All right, and don't call me and waste my time with your business that's not really a business. Okay, if you got all that, call me and I'm help you and we'll work it out. You don't have to pay for my time, my services, but I'm happy to help those who um, are serious. Okay, all right, everybody cool? We cool? We cool? All right, you guys. That's my time. I hope that was helpful to you. If you have questions in regard to that, or just I got other funding options, right? The young lady that had the inconsistency with the employees from 2019 and now, we're looking at other funding options. So I didn't turn her away. It was just like, you got to fix that, or we can try some other funding options. And traditional business funding, it's simpler as long as you got your ducks in a row, your docs in a row. And next week I'll talk about, you know, um, some more funding tips. Let me put it that way. Okay, traditional business funding. You got to have your stuff in order, but you can get the money if you got your stuff in order. You got to file taxes. You got to keep records. You got to be fundable. You got to be bankable. All right. Nobody's giving away money. They don't like you like that. Okay. Nobody. That's not a thing. Okay. I was going to open a can of worms to this no doc uh, funding. I can do no doc funding. You're going to pay anywhere from 30 to over 100% interest, depending on your credit and your finances. Yeah, business funding is not regulated. Personal funding lending is. Business, they can charge whatever they want on the interest. Okay. But if you don't provide no documentation and all they're going on is off your credit score or stated income, it's credit score and stated income, you're not going to get as much money and you're going to pay a higher interest rate. All right. I got a simple litmus test that I use. Would I loan them my money? The answer is no. We believe me, you, the bank is not going to lend you a nickel. Okay. Um, if you have your docs in order, good credit, good business credit, good financials, fundable, bankable business, you can get some money. You can get lines of credit. You can get $300,000. You can get fix and flip funding. There's a whole litany of funding options that you can get, and you just need to have all the pieces to the puzzle for that particular funding product. And I know what those are. So, what kind of funding? And maybe you don't know what kind of funding, but you give me a call, schedule an appointment. I'll ask you a series of questions, and based on the answer to those questions, I can automatically determine what type of loan you're going to qualify for, and which ones you don't qualify for, and the reason why. That's why I'm the funding coach. So that's my time, guys. I want to thank you for following. Listen, follow me on YouTube. Go like my YouTube channel, Business Funding Now, on YouTube, and obviously Facebook business page, my personal page. You can follow me there too. But there's a lot of good content on the YouTube channels. I have two of them, one for business funding and one for David Thorpe and Associates. But yeah, I want to help us all succeed. That's my purpose. I talked about that before. I want to help us all come up. We can all come up together without bad mouthing each other or without talking about each other, but just doing what we do. Okay, we can do it, and we can do it legit, and then nobody can stop us. So I want to help you. I want to help you, whatever it is: tractor trailer, over the road trucker, food truck, dump truck, real estate, whatever you want to do, gym, coach, business principles and practices are all the same. You got to have a product or service that people want to buy, and then you got to deliver. It's simple. You need working capital so you can deliver your product or service. I can help you with that. All right. My name is Jeremiah Davis. I'm the funding coach. Peace.